So over the weekend, my union, all right, Screen Actors Guild, AFTRA, I had a big shebang. All right, they give out awards. They do it every year. SAG, as they call themselves, is a very liberal union, extremely left-wing. You would expect that. Screen Actors Guild, come on. But there are good people there. I don't mind being in the union. They have been okay for me and my family. So they honor Jane Fonda. Oh, right away you're going, whoa, Jane Fonda, 87 years old. And SAG gave it a Life Achievement Award. And I have no problem with that. I really don't. So Jane Fonda, daughter of Henry Fonda, classic actor. She's a very good actress and has been around forever. She's a far left activist, but I don't think that discounts her film work. Do you? I mean, she's a very, very good actress. So they honored her because she's 87. And then she gets up there, of course, because it's Jane Fonda, and gives a left-wing speech. Roll the tape.
Make no mistake, empathy is not weak or woke. And by the way, woke just means you give a damn about other people. Back to empathy. A whole lot of people are going to be really hurt by what is happening, what is coming our way. And even if they're of a different political persuasion, we need to call upon our empathy and not judge, but listen from our hearts and welcome them into our tent, because we are going to need a big tent to resist successfully what's coming at us.
Which is what? She doesn't say. All right, so SAG, I'm sure, told her, tone it down. Don't attack Trump. Don't get into that stuff, all right? So she goes, okay, empathy. Well, let's just break this down. I think I'm a fairly empathetic person, and I back up my words with my money. So I have a charitable foundation named after my parents. I don't take money from the outside. It's solely funded by me. I've given away tens of millions of dollars over the years to charitable causes. And even more than that, I investigate where I'm giving my money. I don't just waste the money. I go in and I see who's helping other people. I think that's fairly empathetic. All right, so empathy is not weak or woke. I disagree on the woke part, and I'll get to that in a moment. But who's going to be really hurt by throwing out DEI? Who? I guess it's the people who are being hired and admitted to colleges and universities based on the color of their skin. I guess those are the people that are going to be hurt, but that's not fair. Not fair to give somebody an advantage based on skin color or gender. Everybody knows that. Supreme Court's ruled that. Okay, we live in a nation where everyone is supposed to get an equal chance. Now, granted, in the past, that didn't happen. Black people, other minorities got hammered. Native Americans, Chinese, all throughout our history. That doesn't mean that you try to correct that by hurting people today and denying them an opportunity because they're not a certain skin color or gender or social category. That doesn't mean you do that. That's not logical thinking. So Jane Fonda believes that if you're not a far left zealot, as she is, then you don't have empathy. I mean, you're not quite as noble as we are. And believe me, that's what it's all about. You're not as noble. If you're O'Reilly, and actually Jane Fonda did sign one of her books to me, pretty funny, and wrote something nice. I don't think she's a bad person. I do believe that she committed close to committing treason when she went to North Vietnam during the war in 1972 and sat on that anti-aircraft weapon and propped up the Vietnamese communists who killed millions of people, by the way. Was that empathetic, Jane? Was that good? You know, Ho Chi Minh, all those boys, you were their biggest fan. re-education camps, all those people who had to flee Vietnam for their lives, confiscation of private property. Is that all empathetic? Because that's where you were, right there. Now, she did issue an apology, finally. Said, well, I may have overdone it in Vietnam, but, I didn't get the feeling that she was really looking back with any kind of regret. But I could be wrong. I don't know. And she's a big feminist, a big women's rights, environmental, protest climate change, civil rights, Native American rights, LGBTQ, you name it. There's Jane. Okay. Minorities and the downtrodden need advocates. They do. They need leadership. But Jane Fonda uses that. Now, is she a hypocrite? I don't think so. I think she has a belief system that's shallow, that she believes that if you're woke, that if you don't want to protect women on the playing field, Jane, against trans men, how about that, Jane? These are your feminist people right on that playing field. Here comes the trans man, is bigger, stronger, quicker. Think that's fair? We have not heard from Jane. No. But it's not empathetic if you would ban that trans person from the athletic playing field, as the federal government has done. And that's what Jane is talking about, okay? So this is coming, and what's coming at us. What's coming at you, Jane, is a different point of view. That far left policies don't work. That a meritocracy builds a strong nation. That giveaways weaken people. That favoritism based on skin color is flat out wrong. That we should all be judged, as Martin Luther King said, on the content of our character. So I could destroy Jane Fonda in a debate. There's no doubt. She'd never come up against me, ever, in a million years. She's been wrong on pretty much every issue, but she's not a bad person. I don't think she's a bad person. She's just what I call misguided, because she lives in a bubble. In a bubble. And the only penetrating force in that bubble is what Jane wants to hear. And I believe that's true. And it's getting, not just Jane. So I'm going to wrap this up by saying, look, I'm trying an experiment now. Some of you know this. I'm putting on a live show with Chris Cuomo, liberal man, Democrat, Stephen A. Smith, socially liberal, African-American experience, and me, traditional white guy. All three of us are going to be on stage at the same time in Westbury, Long Island, Westbury Music Fair, March 30th, Sunday, 3 p.m. I'm doing this to try to see if I can meld three different audiences together. If I can cut through the tribalism that people only listen to what they want to hear. They don't listen to the other points of view. And that's Jane Fonda. Believe me, there's no one in her world telling her that she's misguided. That would not be tolerated. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to be successful with the Smith, Cuomo, O'Reilly show. It's an experiment. There's nothing like it in this whole country, because we have descended into tribalism here. Fox News gets great ratings because it applauds Donald Trump 24/7. That's what it's in business to do. And all the people who like Donald Trump go there to applaud Donald Trump. Nothing wrong with that. All right? That's what Fox does. And it is working for them right now because Trump is so dramatic, so larger tthan life, doing so many things. Shit, I got to go to the other networks to watch what Trump's doing. because they're clobbering him. So you go to Fox. Fox knows this is the best business model it can possibly have, and it executes it well. There's a lot of talent over there. But I believe that you are stronger intellectually and will become a better person if you listen to a diverse points of view. And that's what I'm trying to do here with this live show, because there's no doubt that Smith and Cuomo and I have put on a good show. I mean, you're not going to be bored there. It's going to be really rocking. And it's going to be funny because we all have senses of humor and we all, like each other and this and that. But I don't know. I don't know if the audience is there for that kind of a non-tribal approach. I don't know. Back to Jane Fonda. She deserves her award. She is as far left as they come, and she is misguided in the woke stuff. I am not woke, Jane, and I'm empathetic. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again soon. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of the No Spin News anytime, sign up to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member today.